All right, so give thanks for tuning into the past two podcasts. Today we have Kiana and Shira. Give thanks for showing up, being a part of today's episode. Of course, you get a boy Breeze and Sees. So,
Salutation.
with today's topic, we're going to discuss the concept behind the ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, the life goals of obtaining that companion that you're going to share your life with, your spouse, which is going to be the ladies, the gentlemen that they select, and as well the men with the ladies that they choose to spend their life with. You know what I mean? So,
I gonna start this. Please, I want you to tell me what makes you a gentleman, or are you a gentleman?
I would think so. In today's world, the actual nature of a man is very brutal. Check, like we are aggressive. We gotta show our way how to actually contain that anger in most cases and contain ourselves in a presentable manner.
Saying I'm an aggressive?
That's the natural nature of a man.
That's tough.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think I'm aggressive. I can
That's
be.
That's you.
You don't think you're aggressive?
You can be.
I can be aggressive. If you push me to that point.
Yeah, just like I just say, anybody is a killer. You just push them to the right limit. You know what I mean? So
That's fair.
yeah, at the end of the day, it's like we gonna actually take a while. As boys, as you know, as we growing up and so we down in the park, we like a girl or whatever. We might be a little too aggressive or I push her down, but we like the girl the whole time.
You used to push down girls?
I just saying it's a general statement. We don't know how to emotionally express certain things, check. So it'll take a little time for we to actually get a gentle nature about ourselves to actually be able to.
That's the first time I hear that. Because if I like a girl, I was a simp. I mean, back then, I ain't a simp no, but like, I was a simp back then. I ain't gonna push them like girl. I don't like buy she like candy or something, or like she crayons or something. I don't know, dog. Like, I don't know. I just that's
Crayons, dog.
Like, really?
I think about like in school. So like you as a man, you want to impress a girl, right? So you gonna do anything to like get her attention, right? So it's like
I think it's how you're raised also.
that's true.
Depending on how you're raised by your mom determines how you will treat a woman.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
And I just saying, like, based off of how dudes is, like, if they have no type of guidance from an actual man, seeing the examples, like, it's harder. You check, like, we don't know about certain things, just like actually, like from somebody, or even can't read all the context clues all the time in life.
So okay, so you say you're a gentleman, right? So
I try to be that. Ain't always the same thing.
you try to be okay.
Yeah, it's still hard for once.
So a couple questions. So when you sleeping, how you sleep?
What do you mean?
When you sleeping with your woman?
Oh, I sleep next to the door.
Closer to the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
When you're in a restaurant, how you sitting?
I facing the door.
Okay. You got next one. Oh, the sidewalk. How you walking on the sidewalk?
Oh, I walking on the OSA.
You walking on the outside?
Yeah. She got closer to the road.
Okay,
That's the whole say. Yeah.
Okay, close the road. Okay, you open the doors? Your hours open doors?
It depends.
That's tough. That's tough.
It depends. Cause if there's a car that you're going into and we running in the rain or so.
You ain't gonna open it.
What?
Wow, she got fed for herself.
You check what he's saying.
That's tough.
You check what he's
You
saying.
gotta make sure you
You're
good.
running.
So he got my shit. He good first.
Right,
That's
right.
Sick, dude. You are sick.
So let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
So are you walking in front of her or behind her? Or beside her?
Beside her.
Or you working beside
Yeah,
her?
beside
Okay.
her.
So what it means when a man walks in front?
You leading?
You lead in.
You leading. And essentially,
But they have guys that like to walk kind of behind a woman.
you could do it either way.
Yeah.
You could lead, walking in front, and then you could protect being behind. So it's like you could do it anyway.
Yeah. It really depends on the situation. Like on crowds you might be in as well. So you go.
Like if you're in a club, yeah, walking in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't follow me.
Let me ask
I understand that, but some men aggressively walk faster and you gotta like
try
catch
to
up.
keep up.
But
So-
y'all just naturally shatter, so it's like
What?
it's gonna take a while for y'all.
I
just saying, dog.
Always with a shot.
So let me ask y'all. So if your woman's sleeping closer to the door, Me personally, I don't think that's. Because me personally, I like to sleep closest to the door.
Why?
Me and John fight about closer to the door all the time. So
Why?
I don't know. I think I'm just used to. I like sleeping at the edge. I like sleeping at the end. I like to sleep closer to the door. And I don't know. I don't know.
What I hear one time is somebody, like a woman, like to sleep close to the door so she could get up and go to the bathroom. That was weird to me. I was like, okay, just get up and go to the bathroom.
Ultimately, I see once again a gentleman role is to actually sleep by the door because any danger, anybody trespass, you be in a threatening situation, he has to face that first.
So what if the girl wants to sleep closer to the door?
That's the difference. We
I know
don't
they
think
used to
we
do
don't
this.
think about comfort is last in our head. You know what I mean? Like we thinking about the actual worst case that could actually happen, and then we result from that.
But you see how frig up it is, we gotta take the blows first before anything, right? Like it's crazy. Like we have to walk on the outside. We have to sleep closest to the door.
Mm.
So it's like sometimes being a gentleman is I don't know, dog. There's a good guys finish last or whatever. Yeah, that's what it be sometimes.
Me think
So Kadeem, you to do all of that? You to open the door?
Mhm.
You to sleep closer to
I had to go through a lot of dating to understand what to do and what not to do. I never used to open doors. You got hands too, so open the door. Why open the door for? Until I had to understand. Even up to paying for the date. Sometimes you will have women and be like, oh, I'll pay my half. Oh, I'll pay for the date. I know my lesson. I ain't never letting no woman pay for the date because then they'll throw right back in your face.
But
Vex you
I think some women feel the same way.
about what?
If
Man
you
paying for the date?
if you let a man do certain things, it'll throw it back in your face. So it goes back, I guess you can say, on how you raise and what your parents tell you growing up and what not to do, what to do. You know what I mean? Like if you have a boyfriend from, high school, middle school, and they buying you stuff and your mom like, why you letting this? The first thing I'll think is, oh, they buying you stuff because they want something. So automatically that child gonna raise up and think, okay, they only want something from you, so they're not gonna let the guy pay for the date because the guy gonna want something in return.
I think it goes back to control, though. I think sometimes as women, because we've been brought up to be super independent and
Yeah.
not depend on the guy, but sometimes we have to let that go and let the man be the man and do things because then he feels needed. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back to what we were talking about in one episode, that men and women need each other.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
when a woman is setting independent, I'd be like, listen, you ain't changing no. When you stuck in a set of who you call your father, your brother, you need a man just like how we need a
Yep.
Yeah.
like all these aesthetics, yeah, we need one for that. We don't care for none of this shit.
Yeah.
Like a table, I don't have a dining table yet. But I don't have one right now. I know I don't have one soon. But I don't have one now. So like
Yeah.
We both I feel like we both just need each other. It's just how we go about the situation.
Yeah.
And
That
it's
control thing,
letting-
I do agree with that. Because some men, I feel like they have an ego. They feel like a woman is dependent on him
For everything.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I
Well,
can understand that.
But at the end of the day, it's a relationship. So it's like every relationship is a give and take. You know what I mean? I look at it like your weak points supposed to be her strong points, where she helping you work on those weak points. And it's vice versa. You check? So at the end of the day, you're gonna really rely on each other. That's gonna always be your best friend, your person you're gonna look forward to at the roughest days that you may come home. That's what you want, dog. So ultimately you can't really go without one another. That's the main thing that I would think everybody will want to be in the pursuit of once they start to like look for marriage and having children.
And I think it's trust because you have to have full trust in your partner
Right.
in order to let go of that control or to synchronize with each other.
Right.
I think that trust is huge because if you're living, you don't trust each other, it's not gonna work out.
I feel like for me, trust it's like
It does,
it's
yeah.
like a
It
wild
do.
It do, yeah.
It do, and it's so quick to leave to them, man. Like you do one thing, yeah,
man.
what?
Shit, because I had a gift. That's like, yeah. I got chill sometimes, dog, because like I gotta be like, bro, really, like, what did I do for you to want this? Why? And and you feel like you do so much, and it's like you're not getting nothing in return.
But sometimes too is the fact that you might hear or feel like you're doing so much, and then it's like you hear something else. It's like, damn, me ain't even get this mastered yet, and I still trying to maintain this little progress I have already too. You check, so it's like, damn, like how fast is the pace too much? You check, like it's just a weighing situation that at most times.
So right off the gate, are you a gentleman when you did it? Right off the gate? Or you got scope?
It depends, though. It depends.
You just say you're a gentleman all the time.
It depends.
Mhm.
Like
You
because
just say that,
I think
right?
there's certain levels of it that you can get from me. Because in the dating world, like most of the women that you run across or whatever it is like, oh, in order for you to even go and take me on a date, I gotta see $200. You check.
But I think it all depends on what type of girl you going for.
True.
And I think that's why, like, getting to know the person, talking to the person, I mean, just vibing, just having conversations, you could kind of pick that up
Oh yeah.
just before you even go on a date. I mean, I ain't been in a date in scene forever, but I just saying, like, if you just start talking and you just pick up vibes, like, okay, is she materialistic? Does she always want certain things a certain way? You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of feel the person out to see, okay, like,
Sometimes.
they just want money. If you tell the girl, okay, like, let's go on a date, for example, back to my relationship, our first date was a basketball court. It wasn't, we went, you know what I mean, went to the basketball court. It wasn't like, okay, I want you to take me out to like a fancy restaurant. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like to dress up. I do like to go to these places, you know what I mean? But at the same time, me personally, it's just spending time and actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, quality time, doing certain things. But like I said, but at the same time, I do like to dress up too sometimes. But it don't have to be like a fancy restaurant, a high-end meal. Because I'm picky. I feel like when you go to them high-end restaurants, the food don't even taste that good and everything. So
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Like I had, this is how I know a woman are really any fuck. I just she literally looked like she literally judged me for bringing up Applebee's. I'm like, what wrong with Applebee's?
but I ain't gonna lie, Applebee's kind of trash though. Like out of not TGI.
What? TGI?
TGI Fridays is what? No. Applebee's over T.
Okay, but again, this is me growing up and getting learning lessons. What to do, what not to do, right? But still, the principle of the matter is, I think
you taught about beats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of these niggas over here that would not even. They want you to come to the crib. Me come to the crib.
Right.
Don't come to my crib. I don't know you. You could set me up and.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I good. Don't come to my crib. But it's just the principle of the fact that she look at me different for mentioning Applebee's. Like,
I mean, I don't think she should look at you different. She could have been like,
no, she blocked me.
what?
Listen, I've been in the trench.
Nah.
God, I've been in the trench. Okay? I meet some weird women. Okay, like even get vexed that you mentioning Cheesecake Factory. First of all, Cheesecake Factory is not cheap.
I like Cheesecake Factory.
Right? It ain't cheap. And you want like I supposed to take you to a steakhouse? No, you tripping. And I did that. I wasted a lot of money. I ain't even talked to for like 24 hours.
It was said like the first day for me is usually a coffee shop.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like movie type stuff. Sees.
No.
Like.
That's the gentleman.
Right.
Yeah.
Coffee shop. If a guy comes saying he want to go, I'm like, I don't even drink coffee, so.
You don't drink coffee?
No.
You drink tea, right?
But we going in the mid-afternoon, go and get some tea. When you don't take me to Starbucks.
Something that
so you go to Starbucks at the first day?
Watch, right?
That's tough.
I could keep a at least $40 a side, and I ain't gonna really feel like that at Starbucks. As shallow as it may sound, I ain't even sure if I want to really invest my time.
You could take me to the ice cream shop.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
Like, I would've went to ice cream
It's
shop.
something that is going to fall under $40.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So if you actually trying to go to a big 5-star restaurant, you
Yeah.
trying to do for you, don't look my way.
Right.
I just said.
I said, I can't be rich.
But most high quality men, they start with a coffee date. I mean,
Yeah.
because you don't want to invest too much time or energy. You want to scope out the scene,
Right.
see how the person is, and then move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, Kadeem, you the type, well, were you the type to like win women over, like by buying stuff, like trying to like flaunt your money type thing? You thought that was like the gentleman in you?
No, hell no.
I just asked him because you just said, you know.
Not flaunting money, but yeah, I was simpy to that point to like buy. I don't buy necklaces. I don't buy teddy bears. I don't buy shoes.
You laughing.
I don't buy weave.
What?
Yeah.
Weave?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know fucking way.
I bought weave.
Unbelievable.
I bought a lot of weave, dog.
Mm-mm.
Who she wear for next month?
Wow.
So you pay for every
That's,
call.
yeah.
Mm.
Because
Well,
why would you do that?
assuming because I only see she wear the weave once and that was it. Well, yeah.
So how much the weave cost?
Shit, how much do weave cost? Regular weave, $100 on change, right?
It depends.
Mhm.
What you trying to get?
I spent. I don't know nothing about weave. I don't know what line. There's a lot of freaking weave. So I bought a lot.
Wow.
But yeah, I was very simple.
So let's circle back to the simp. What you consider a simp?
You're doing more for what this person doing for you. Like if I send you like sappy messages or my dandelion, my
What?
sugar honey cup. like good morning. What's the one these dumbass dudes that be saying
Grand Rising.
Grand
Oh my gosh. I can't say. Yeah.
Grand Rising. I hate to hear that. Like, Grand Rising.
They just don't want to say good morning.
I thinking about you. I thought about you last night. Whole thing she the out on her phone now. Do not disturb. You thinking she got to sleep or she like that. That was the type of dude that I was because like I wanted a relationship so bad when I was growing up because I was always the single one out of my family. I was always a single one, so I never been in a long-term relationship to understand the do's and don'ts of being with somebody. So like I just wanted it so bad from a young age. I just get bust chest after bust chest after.
You trying to give up everything.
Yeah, I could have given them my whole entire life if I could.
So why that can't be a gentleman instead of a simp?
Because it depends on it is levels to it. Levels to how you approach a situation. It can't be too much because just like the saying goes, I know how much I don't know it. If you see a jackass, you must wait. So if you see a simp, you're gonna take advantage of this. Because as bad as this might sound, some women have an agenda. Women know that I just said this. Whether you want it or not, you have options. You don't have options. And when I say this, I mean you will have a bunch of dudes in your inbox trying to get you just because you're a woman, just because you look good or whatever. You have the options. Just let's say if you want to get one,
that's not options for retention. That's options for sex.
Facts.
There's not options for retention.
Okay.
If you're looking for retention, you want to stay.
Okay.
They only come into play. That's
Okay.
different. So women are more accessible because it's easier to get access to that.
Okay,
When
fair
it comes
enough.
to a man, they want the money, they want all of that. The list is different.
Fair enough.
They went on based off of looks. Any man that wants to press a woman, they're going for one based off of looks. Initially, look how smart or how rich none of that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
You want to look at them
Yeah,
first.
that's a fact.
So there's always going to be a difference.
That's a fact.
It's a stark difference.
So let's look at a different perspective though. How about the simp is just a guy who chooses wrong,
No.
who chooses the wrong type of female? Because
No.
listen. Okay, just listen.
Go ahead,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Like circle back to what you just said. Most men go for looks. So you see this pretty girl, you try and spend some money so you could think you could get her, right?
What's serious though?
But
Yeah. They do.
but the nerd, like not nerdy, but the good girl, the girl who have her stuff together, you overlooking her because she's not the prettiest. She don't have the best body.
No,
She's
that's
not
facts.
the prettiest.
That's facts.
So you overlook her and you're going for the prettiest one, thinking
Yeah,
that's the
no,
one.
no, that's facts. Because that's what you is when, especially in high school,
Mhm.
you see them ones that were naughty and they ain't have the best shit, and they get out of high school, and it's like, what? Damn, what I would do, what I would think about, and then the one them that you like, yeah, that's how.
But I also feel like the girls that are pretty, that's like real pretty, guys that think like, oh yeah, she got guys running her down and all kind of stuff. Whole time the girl probably not even getting, because every guy thinking that like, oh man, she got an inbox full of guys. Whole time she probably ain't had nobody in her inbox. Y'all laughing, but it's true. It's true. Y'all man to think like, okay, she pretty and everything. She have a whole lineup. She could get whatever she want. This and that. Da da da. No, because people are looking at the girl and be like, okay, she high maintenance. She think that she probably this. Y'all judging her right off the back. You see how y'all quick to laugh?
Because if you see a 10,
Like,
if you see a 10,
I telling you.
a 10, and you think she have all these options, some men be like, nah, never mind. Let me just
Right.
roll on to
I
the
don't
next
want
one.
a 10. I don't want a 10.
That's what she's trying to say
I
though.
go on a 10.
You gotta remember too, you know, you're watching, it's not so much the inbox thing, you know, you're watching the pictures, you're watching the silhouette, you're watching everything that's behind it. She already posting provocative pictures and claiming that she don't like to be seen.
Right.
Right? That's stupid. Why would you advertise that if you don't want it to be
That's
sold?
true. It's contradiction.
Yeah, it's a contradiction. So now I don't have to assume. You already showed me.
Mm-hmm.
You showed me.
You painted a picture for me.
So then now the guy who don't like in Kareem's case who claimed he was sent them before, he feels that he is already the narrative is already painted. How did you get that weight? How did you get this? Assuming that because you don't advertise it already, it's already bought.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably been traded in
Mm-hmm.
back on the market. So now I have to replace everything that I've seen because I have to keep up with the lifestyle she has. So I can maintain that.
Mhm.
That's stupid. It's not defined as a gentleman, and a gentleman should only do that in long-term relationships.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
the difference.
Right.
Some do it off rip.
That's why I asked you.
And automatically they're spending money because they feel they must keep up with that.
Right.
I know it means everything because I want you so much. You know, it's
Because they're so used to a lifestyle that they got before they want you to do it.
Right.
Nah, ain't about to happen over here. Me, I cheat when I ready. I ain't gonna even.
I just.
But I think we hitting the surface, but we have to dig down deep because a lot of simp have mommy issues too.
100%.
So that could play a role. If you didn't get that love, affection, attention from your mom, you're
Looking
gonna do that
everywhere.
to a woman,
Yeah.
expecting the same thing back.
Yeah.
So I think is digging deep inside of ourselves, knowing who we are, what we truly want, and then choosing a partner.
Then you gotta go deeper than that because the government is set up for these single mothers to be single mothers. They're not
That's
able to give that affection.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
So it goes further back than even deeper than the surface level.
Mhm.
It's just a compromise if you understand the person that you're with and figure out whether it's worth going forward. Like you have to be willing to compromise and change if you're gonna make it work, right?
Compromise.
Compromise
Yeah.
is something that comes easy because a lot of people are accustomed to your ways.
Yep.
Mhm.
Getting it,
Stuck
especially
in
when
their
you're
ways.
independent, right?
Yeah, stuck in their ways, so they ain't trying to compromise. I feel that.
And that's why it's like, hey, look at it based off of the upbringing is what gets you to that level of the ladies and the gentlemen because
Right.
you ultimately have to figure out and find a person that fits that packet with you just perfectly to match up. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like
In terms of fix, what do you mean by fix?
not fix, fit.
Oh, fit.
Like you fit, you walk together.
But there's no fit. Like I said, it has to be compromised.
Right, but that's what makes it fit. How much you willing to give up, and how much she willing to give up, or you gonna fix this to adjust yourself to the additional person that you're trying to share your life
But
with.
fix wouldn't be compromised.
Is compromise simply because you altering something in some portion or some part
That's
of your
not
life.
fixing. That's not, you're altering the way that you are. You say that you are. something you need to grow into. If I know that something bothers you and I love you, I'm going to make that change because I want to make you happy. I'm not fixing it because you're telling me to fix it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And to me, that sounds like you're taking a triangle trying to fit into the square with the blocks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not fit. Once again, not fix. Fit.
Right.
Fit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
So my question is, do you feel like it's easier for a person to be a gentleman or a lady?
Mm.
Because I have a two.
It all depends. I think depending on how, you see your dad treating your mom and how your mom treating your dad. You know what I mean? Because they got some parents where they have some moms where it don't matter what happened. That's what she say goes. That's that. And vice versa. So then that person, the child gonna raise up and they're gonna think, okay, well, shoot, I as a man, I as a woman, whatever I say, go, and that's that.
I don't think it's like somebody that, whether you're a lady or a gentleman, that's like 100% lady or gentleman. I mean, you can't answer it. How you can answer the question? If you ask me, okay, Curly, are you a gentleman? I'm like, nah. Why? Because I'm human. Why? Because I make mistakes. So I'm not always perfect 24/7.
Right. That's true.
So to answer the question, no, I ain't no gentleman then.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a world full of sin. I'm gonna make mistakes.
Right.
So the answer to that question to me is no. Just being real with you. I'm not a gentleman.
Yeah.
I have moments where I can be and I do.
Yeah.
See, there's an answer for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And I think that's the key word, like what he says. Everybody's searching for perfection.
Right.
Everybody wants perfection. And then this cookie cut perception of what social media put out for everybody.
Yeah. One
They
thing.
feel everybody should align with that.
That's
And then
social
when their
media.
reality
Right.
don't match that, they hate
They
their
hate
life.
it. Right.
You understand? That is what's breaking up everybody's view of everything.
Yeah, definitely social media for sure.
Yeah.
Because they look at these celebrities and they be like,
They think their life is like this,
Like
and
that.
whole time.
that term right there is the key. Perception.
Right.
Right.
That you see in like, yeah, is
Right.
our perception.
I just said this, just be yourself.
That's it.
Just be,
there.
That's
be
true.
who you is. Don't act a certain way because your homeboy act this way or your homegirl act this way. Me, I act just like that.
But I also think for the right person, you gonna want to do it.
Right.
No,
That's-
for sure.
So if you meet the right person, you gonna want to do these things.
Right.
You might be in a relationship with some guy, and this guy probably thinking that you this way, you crazy, you know what I mean, possessive or whatever. But it's like that's what you bringing out of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you go meet somebody else and a whole different. You know what I mean?
It's all about complimenting each other.
Right.
To compliment your partner. Your partner is a reflection of you.
Of you.
Right.
100%.
And I ain't gonna lie, it'll be a refreshing feeling to be like I never used to do this. Now I'm doing it because I love you, Like, I
Right.
really love you. Like actually doing this shit.
Mhm.
Right.
Like watching Korean drama. Oh my god. I don't watch no Korean drama, but now I watching it like
I don't know about no Korean drama, but I understand what you're saying.
the
Like,
stuff that women like to do, they want us to be a part of it. So we doing it. No, you would never.
That's a fact. Like, for example, going to Target or going to the grocery store.
I
Period.
hate with the Target.
That ain't my thing.
I hate with the Target.
That ain't my thing. But somehow I
No.
could stand being in Target.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Because you're so used to it. No.
Right. You check
It's
it.
like, damn. Why am I in Target? I'm not a game. Like I should be all on a game. Like, it ain't Target.
Yeah, but it's like you actually be like, yeah, we could get up. But it's like you looking forward to doing it, no, because that's some quality thing again.
Yeah.
So it's different.
yeah, it's all about the person wanting to be with you, wanting to do things for you.
And I think it's
And giving up.
seasons too.
Oh yeah.
Because if you meet, it could be right person, wrong time, right person.
Yeah.
So when you're younger, you probably was making mistakes and you messed up a good thing because it was the wrong season. But in the next season, you knew what to do. And the next person that came along, you treat them
According
according
yeah.
to that season.
That's
It is.
facts.
That's facts.
It's
Yeah.
life though.
It's learning,
You said
yeah.
learn. It's
Learn,
learn as you
mhm.
go. You try to do better. You know what
I still learn. And
Yeah.
I still learn.
When they eat,
You in your
I mean? Hey,
20s?
what's right? The best bar for me.
Oh, I'm about to say, don't cap.
My favorite bar for DMX. I'm a grown boy now, but I'm still not grown. No, I'm a big man now, but I'm still not grown. Remember that bar?
they got faction.
I don't know. See, hey, I see where you're going though.
What song is it from?
But
I see
I'm a
where you're
big boy now,
going.
but I'm still not grown. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you still learning as you go.
And
Yeah.
we go through different versions of ourselves too.
Mhm.
We're not gonna stay the same way
Yeah.
for our whole lifetime. We go through multiple different versions of ourselves. So
Right.
it's just time, learning, and patience.
But
Right.
sometimes too, you have to admit, I was the
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely the
Mhm.
problem. It could be good or bad,
Yeah.
but I was the problem.
Mhm.
That's why this person did this. That's why this person didn't do this.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it's all a process.
Yeah.
See what Shira just said? That key one there, patience.
What?
We don't lack it. We're in an era where we have 5-second clips that keep us in the team.
Mhm.
Attention
That's not
span.
what I'm saying. Attention span is not there. So therefore, you give it the effort to actually have the patience. We have instant, what do you call it? Instant
Gratification.
gratification.
Mhm.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
Instant. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
As the gentleman thing, and what makes a gentleman is what a woman feel a gentleman would be for her.
Yep. That. There you go.
Lady would be fine.
I started off doing a lot of things that what my mother told me a gentleman would be, or what the women around me, which is pretty good. Bottom line, when they see a pretty woman, when they see, I mean, I'm not sure the prostitute, but he did a lot of things before sleeping, right?
Right.
So it's like the opening the doors, the gifts, the flowers, all the stuff that they like.
Mm.
And remember, every woman is not receptive to that because they never got it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
then,
true.
I may not even be a gentleman, they're like, oh,
Right.
why would he do
Yeah.
that? He's supposed to come and slap me on my ass and throw me in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Because that's what she used to. Yeah.
That's what she's used to.
Right.
So that word is subjective in how you would explain what a gentleman is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pedro said it. To him, he's not, but he can be.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
I think it's learning each other's love language. I never really did that whole love language thing, even though I had brought it up. I bring it up to John all the time, but John ain't with it. But it's like learning each other, like what she like, what she don't like with the whole flowers thing. Yeah, I like flowers. They nice.
Can't catch me again.
They nice, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm overly excited. I'm overly this, like, they nice.
I'm used to it.
Nah, I mean, granted, I'm not gonna lie. When me and John first got together, he used to give me flowers every month. To me, it was like, I liked it, but it was like, okay, them flowers gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, if you give me something like, you know, my big behind, I like Krispy Kreme. I like Krispy Kreme. If you give me donuts or something that actually, like, you're gonna get a whole different type of reaction from me.
So it's down if you down if you don't.
But it's like,
No, I think it's self-development though. I think we all need to focus on ourselves and develop ourselves, because we can't expect something from someone that we can't give to our own self.
Right.
So I think it's just digging deep, seeing what you like, what you don't like, if this could work, if that can't work, and just starting with self first.
Right.
Yeah, because you have to fill your own cup before you could fill someone else's cup.
I'll piggyback off of that. I had to learn that by going to therapy. I made so many mistakes in the past and didn't understand that I was still dealing with stuff from my childhood as to why I was moving us all.
That's true.
Go to therapy.
Yep.
I've been to therapy. I've been to therapy. My job gives us the therapy, the sessions and everything for free. So,
but not all therapists cater to. You have
That's
to
true.
move around, see what therapists.
Cater to certain things.
Actually, like fit for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Too.
I felt for me it's best for me to have a woman therapist to understand how women move, because like I could go to a man, but a man would say his perspective as a man.
Yeah.
Right.
I go to the source.
Right.
So it's like, and then my therapist should actually treat me like an actual person. Like She wanted to know how I do it. She wanted to know, like, okay, has this changed? Did you do this? And she put me up on so much game that now that what I doing in my current relationship is like I looking at things differently. Like I actually sitting down and understanding, okay, she emotional because of this. At the time, I ain't understanding why you emotional. In my mind, thinking it's small, but the heart is big. So it's like you can't really like what's the word I'm trying? You can't take away her feelings for how she feels.
Right.
And that's vice versa.
Right.
Right.
You know, so it's like I tell people this all the time. Because you can't do things alone. Sometimes you can't even talk to your boys. You can't talk to your parents. It's like for me, and I tell C's this all the time. I feel like I'm a broken record. I come into season and telling you the same thing over and over and over and over. But that's just how I feel. I feel like I'm putting baggage on you. You know, in a kind of way.
Yeah.
So I was just tired of it.
Yeah, some people need like a stranger to tell them something.
Right.
Whole time everybody telling them the same thing, but because a stranger is telling them something, it's like, oh yeah, you don't even know me, you don't know me from nowhere,
you know
but you saying the same thing, so you see what But you
some
like
people just have to learn on their own. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
we all humans, so we're gonna make mistakes and we have to find out.
The hard way.
Like they say, FAFO. So that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To believe that.
Yeah, but I guess I hard headed because I used to.
You
have to-
hard headed
I have to go
C's.
through
You
it.
hard headed C's.
But you know, listen,
I used to. I have to go through it. That's what
I'm hard headed too sometimes.
I mean, yeah, you could go through it, but if you get Tom saying it, Harry saying it,
Yeah, like that's
Susie saying it,
I understand that you check, but at the same time, my belief system is a whole different way.
there are three people telling you the
I
same
get that.
thing.
I get that, but it's like I gotta be.
But he's human at the end
Yeah.
of the day. He's human.
I
So
gotta see.
But then again,
See-
you know, I would when you tell me about that one person and I didn't listen, so I feel it. I feel it.
You get
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
so you learn.
I was listening to your boy then when they said that it's good.
And as much as you come to me and say sorry, it still is. I tell you so. I just like
No, and that's what I appreciate about you because you never tried back in my face and said, "See, you listen to me, you know."
because I understand. I go through that same shit. I gotta go
Look,
through
I'll
something.
just start with we as human women, bro. Like self, you gotta be able to. And I seen this on motivational speaking about listening to. You gotta control alt delete. Control your actions, you alter your thinking, and delete negativity. Holy shit.
That's true.
That's
okay. Yeah.
That's dope.
Make sure you text that to me.
Yeah, text that.
Right.
Text that to me later.
I've been listening to a lot of things. I be trying for myself.
Yeah, self-improvement.
That's good.
Control alt delete. Keyboard. Get rid of this shit.
Yeah. That's what's up, though.
I like that.
Control your
Yeah.
actions, alter your thinking, delete negativity.
But like, no, for real though, like altogether, I just feel like the term gentleman and ladies is how you perceive it.
Right.
That's how it is. How you perceive a gentleman, how you perceive a lady. So I mean, some people might like ladies, some people might like promiscuous women, but some people might like both. Or
Right.
some people might like a simp, a gentleman, or a roughneck. So it all depends on how you look at the situation.
Right.
You like some woman like a man to talk very rough.
Just remember this. There's always somebody for
Somebody.
Right. That part.
Exactly.
That's it.
I wholeheartedly
What
believe
nobody
that.
else sees.
For sure.
There's always somebody for somebody.
For sure.
What you think other person gonna think otherwise.
And it's crazy because not like after them situations, you notice like, wow, I'm glad I dashed that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will crying, like shedding tears.
Wow.
Who crying? Yeah, man. I ain't gonna sit down. I cry. I cry for a couple.
Kadeem, look like you've been going through it.
Yeah.
I've
But
been
that's
through the
good.
trenches.
Yeah.
That's what you're sure.
You, man.
I've been through it.
It'll happen.
But yeah, no, I looking at things a whole different
Mm-hmm.
spectrum. Never again, for sure. Never again. Because being heartbroken or listen,
Especially when they want
what?
never want it.
And then later on, you
Never
look
say
back and be
never,
like,
'cause you
what?
never know.
What you
never
was
know.
thinking?
The lesson that will come from
Because-
here something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, right? I am just grateful for all the lessons that I won.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I could have avoided, but
Right.
I just feel like everything is designed the way it's supposed to be. I just say
Right.
the universe is designed the way it is. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
And I believe in that.
But no, we got a better perspective. Now we could use that in our day to day.
So what's the answer?
Huh?
What's the answer then?
What you perceive.
What's the answer to the question?
What's up, a gentleman? What's a lady?
There's no 100% lady or
Ain't no
Yeah. Ain't no 100%.
Yeah, right or wrong, right? It's just how you look at it. How you take the situation,
And every situation is different. Every relationship is different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think it's just focusing on your relationship and
With yourself.
Just, yeah.
and
focus on you and what you got going on, and don't watch over here and say, oh, so and so doing this, so and so have this.
Yeah.
Just focus on your situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you could be watching the next couple and be like, oh, that couple's so nice. They look nice. Their pictures look good. This and that. Whole time.
They fighting in the back.
Yeah.
They fighting black and blue eye and so
Right, right.
And that goes back to social
Media.
Media,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I was just telling you earlier about that in the back.
Yeah.
What I plan on doing.
Getting off of social media.
Everything. I'm going back in the hole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going in the hole.
But the happiest couples is the one off of social media.
Right.
You never see them, but they happy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fact.
And one day I told my wife, I said, babe, I'm sitting here thinking that while I'm at work. I'm sitting here, I'm chasing the world, I want the world, not knowing my world right in front of me.
Right.
Mhm.
Right in my
Yeah,
kids.
see?
Mhm.
Look at you, Ron.
I told her that, you know what I'm saying? And like I be trying to, my mind be a lot of places, but I got what I need in my health.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's the gentleman in you?
That's just the man. No, that's just the man that got the third eye talking to me.
Mhm.
I feel it.
It's just the natural just came to me. Hit me
Yeah.
while I was at work.
Yeah.
A lot of times you just say God. That's what
Yeah, it's God.
Who it is? Just talk to me.
Yeah. So,
And that goes back to knowing yourself and doing self-development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you know yourself, especially if you have a spiritual platform that, you could base your intentions on, everything gonna flow easy. So, yeah.
Therapy.
Different people have different outlets.
Yeah,
Right,
some
right.
people go to therapy, some people go on the tough.
The gym,
Yeah,
They go
the
to
the court,
gym.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
To get it mind right, yeah.
Yoga, Pilates.
But us is talking therapy. There's only one therapy that's really work. That's God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's true.
Everything go back to
That's
him.
where it come from.
Mhm.
But I ain't choosing therapy.
good?
Yeah.
Sure? Okay.
You about to cry, Steve?
No.
Well,
Your eyes getting all watery.
I come Metro Hebrew first.
Yeah, man.
But, so yeah, this has been another episode of the Pastor Podcast. Please, we're gonna give a shout out.
I want everybody to take a little time and pay
Yeah.
attention to the Ava Dan.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, show it to
The
that
bag.
camera. Yeah, show it to that camera.
I don't know if I could. Is it
Oh,
in this
hold on,
camera?
hold on.
Need to breathe.
Let me-
Hold- yeah.
Yeah, let me. Ava Dan production. I'll make sure I follow. You have a link, right?
I don't know if I have a link,
You
but
got-
I have an
yeah.
Instagram.
You have an Instagram?
So it's
Okay.
Ava Dan Designs.
Ava Dan Designs.
I will
I
put
will
it in the
follow.
description.
We're gonna put it in the description. But y'all go follow. This has been a very deep episode. I like episode. This is kind
Yeah.
of like therapy too. I like it.
Yeah.
To have more like this. But y'all stay tuned. We have some more file content for y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace out. See you. Step your
Man, fix your motherfucking